ourselves into. We got to do 10 times as better. Not one time, not 2 times. We got to do 10 times as better. So that means going through a process of shit, bro. A few processes.
It's a little chilly in here.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one is you. Cause I just, okay, no, I got it. It's YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. Shout outs to the YouTube family. Shout outs to the YouTube Cosmic Strike Force. Shout outs to the YouTube Cosmic Strike Force. I should have did this one. I should have did this before I even went live. Shit. Put on the FreeGodz merch.
FreeGodz G8.
Had to put on that FreeGodz merch, man. If you're seeing this live stream right now, if you join this live stream and you tune in, you are FreeGodz. This is what we do here in real time. Get down to the bottom of spiritual things. Real spiritual things, man. Appreciate the love, bro. We got brother, we got brother Ben Yahweh, y'all, man. We gonna wait for a couple more people to come in, man. Yo, so I sent that I sent the creed. Did I send you the creed?
Yeah, it's on my. You send it to me.
All
you
right,
can send
so
always
listen,
send it again, though, so I don't have to go through all that.
Right. I sent one other person the creed, and
I'm gonna screenshot it too.
I sent one other person the creed. I just sent it to him a little while ago, but he's my captain on Twitch. You know what I mean?
All right.
The stoner homie, and he was like, "Yo, I actually love that." I'm like, "Yo, bro, I created this creed, you know, for the FreeGodz. You know what I mean? For the Cosmic Strike Force." And he was like, "Yo, I honestly love it."
FreeGodz.
We could do everything in the world wrong as hell, right? We could do everything the wrong way. But intention, hold on, what is it? Reason, intention, and purpose, right? Is that what we talked about? Intention, reason, and purpose?
What are you intended on doing?
Oh, I mean, no matter how much I screw up, what I really intend to do, like what I intend to get to is really honestly mastering myself and trying to get others to see that things ain't as always what it seems, which is what I was led to believe. You know, I figured out that things ain't as always what it seems, and I figured out what they were. I want people to have that. I want people to have that vision. I want people to have that mental vision. I want people to have that view. I want people to see it like that.
Right.
I want people to see I want people to see what I see. Maybe not exactly how exactly I seen it, but I want them to get it too. You know what I mean?
I feel like once you go through things in life, experiences, you know, you'll come to your own conclusions, because this is individuality. We all could be walking the same line. Some of us will step out of line.
Mm-hmm. Some of us will funk out of bounds, bro.
So, you know, it's all according to individuality. That's what makes each one of us unique, because knowledge is everything. And if you put a lot of people together, you got a lot of knowledge.
Right.
You never know who knows what.
That's why excuse me. That sacred herb. The sacred herb of insight got me going right now, yo. I ain't gonna lie. The sacred herb of insight got me going right now. The hamster's running. He's running and he's creating friction right now. Get my thoughts. That's why I open. But that's why I open up FreeGodz for everybody, man. It's for all people. FreeGodz is for all people.
Spirit.
In the spirit, it's for all people.
Get in the spirit. FreeGodz spirit.
It's for all people looking for a path to walk, which is the path of spirit. When they really want to walk on the path of spirit, then they want to see what I'm talking about. If they want to see what we're talking about, if they want to see what the FreeGodz are talking about, then they're more than welcome. They're more than welcome. They'll get welcomed with open arms. We'll be happy to even have them for a couple of seconds just to tell them something.
There's a lot of advantages
and it's free. And it's free. And it'll always be free when you come back for some more.
There's always going to be advantages and there are going to be disadvantages. One of the disadvantages of not walking FreeGodz path, walking down the FreeGodz path, is that the disadvantage is you won't learn anything about FreeGodz or you being a FreeGodz or what it is. You won't learn anything about it. That's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because you want to have an advantage when it comes to life and your spiritual path.
Of course.
So when you open up the book of FreeGodz, you'll be able to understand it a lot clearer. You'll have clarity a whole lot better if you read and you take it in instead of pushing it away of like FreeGodz, or he's just one of these other groups. Whereas it's not a group, bro. It's not just a group. It's a movement.
It's a big movement, man. And you know what? This movement started from a verse in this very book, Psalms chapter 82 by Asaph. Remember, we talked about the writer Asaph? That's his name. A Psalm of Asaph. That's the writer Asaph. And I believe we got into the name and what it meant. And I think he was meant to be a writer, a scribe. He was meant to be a scribe. He was meant to be a Hebrew scribe. And it say all kinds of stuff in the front from 1 to 5, but from 6 to 8, it's so powerful, bro. Psalms 82 verses 6 to 7 and 8. I have said, ye are gods, and you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, and judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. But if this so-called God made everything, all the nations are already his to play with how he want to play with, right? Right. This, oh God, that they're mentioning is the mindset of the people who are put there as gods, judges, overseers. But you can only be that being moral-minded, having logic, having...
You can't be it. You can only be that if you know and you believe. That's when you become, you know what I'm saying? When you that's how you become. You have to know and you have to believe. You know what I'm saying? Belief is confidence. Belief is the opposite of non-belief. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe because of what you know, and if you're a workman and you know how to work with the tools that you have, you can create spiritual life for people. You can uplift spirits.
Yeah. Hey yo, bro, when I went in on that Dragon Ball Z, on the Dragon Ball Z tip, bro, I went in, didn't I? You remember that, yo? For real. Do you remember that the Dragon Ball Z conversation we had about Goku being Super Saiyan God? That shit was fire, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought about something else I wanted to add on to. I'm like, yo, look. So, before Goku got shipped off to Earth, he was on planet Vegeta, right? Planet Vegeta is where, you know, his homie's dad's planet. His homie's dad is the king. You know, Goku and Vegeta, they always got the rivalry. You know what I'm saying? But Vegeta's dad is the king of all Saiyans. That's why Vegeta screamed he the prince, right?
Right.
All right. So their main power, right? Their main, like, how they get like the most powerful. Well, one of the most common ways to do so is to transform in their ape form using, you know, because they got a tail attached to them. They just look human, but they got a tail, like a monkey tail, and that's what they turn into. And they turn into these huge gorillas and shit. These monkeys.
Primates.
They turn into primates with tails, right? Like monkeys. So, but they only do that seeing the full moon, like a werewolf. When the moon's full, they look at it and then they go, oh, and then it changes into this beast, this ape-like beast, right? The only way to get him out of this powerful ass form, which is his natural state of mind, is you got to cut off his tail, right? So then, if you cut off Goku's tail back then, or any of the Saiyans' tails back then, they revert back to their human-like looking form. You know what I mean? So I look at it like this, right? The Saiyans are us. We're the Saiyans, right? We're like Goku, Vegeta, like, you know what I mean? And we were connected to that moon, that light that had us in our natural form. And we were so powerful, somebody came up behind us, the sneaky way, cut the tail off, because if you're going to cut my tail off that's behind me, you gotta be sneaky. They cut my tail off behind me. Somebody cut off our natural state of mind. Secretly, somebody gave them how to do it, and they figured out the game on how to sneak up behind us. Because who can sneak up on a dragon and grab his tail? Okay. Without any Hollywood movie explanations, because that shit doesn't work here. I'm saying.
I ain't never seen a real dragon in life, so.
And
I seen what they call a dragon, but versus what's on TV, you know.
So boom, our tail is our roots that lead us to our natural state of mind. Because naturally we're gonna look for the light within light. We already have that already. We was born with it, just like Goku was born with the tail. We have that already. And even Goku without the tail went Super Saiyan God. He became like an angel. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're always going to look at some light. With or without the tail, it's going to come back to our memory through trial and tribulation, which is what Goku had to do, trial and tribulation, so he became a Super Saiyan God, bro.
And you know, you would be surprised at that.
And this is us. This is us right now. We're in Super Saiyan God form. All right. Back then, when we were first learning and everything, we still was Goku with the tail cut off as a child, right? We were just we was getting our spiritual footing. You know what I mean? Like when Goku's growing up, he's fighting Piccolo, and Piccolo was evil. You know what I'm saying? He fight. You know what I mean? He giving it to people. And that was when he didn't have he had his tail. It grew and shit like that. But you know, chopped it off and shit. Didn't really find a use for it. What do we always do? We cut off our what? Because we don't find no use for it. No, so Goku ended up being cool without a tail. He went the long way. He went through years of struggle to find his true godhood, bro. And to find out that he was destined for that. But he had to go without the tail, bro.
Right.
He had to go. He had to go without it. Those are who the people are. Those are who the strong people are, bro. People like Goku, bro. That's us, bro. You don't see that's us. Everything that happened to the Saiyans, everything that happened to the Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z, it's happening to all, not just us, bro. It's happening to everybody. You're gonna see people start rising up. You're gonna see people start getting sick of shit.
Everybody.
People are gonna start getting sick of shit, man, and you're gonna see people start rising up with their own mindsets. They're logical. They're not stupid fucking people. You know, they're not evil people either, but they're just fed up with how the fuck other people who are in control have been controlling the shit.
Right.
You gonna get
And they call
you gonna
them
get people.
rebels or rebellious.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be evil when they rebel either, because it's gonna be for good. It's gonna be, as they like to say on the internet, it's gonna be a reasonable crash out.
Right.
It's gonna be a reasonable crash out because you see what's going on. People are gonna get sick of that shit, man. They're gonna be like, man, I don't care who looks at this shit wrong. I gotta take matters into my own hands because I'm my own person.
Yeah, boy, they put a capital fucking. They made money valuable, but you destroying the planet by fucking up the metal and the wood, turn it into coins.
What? Come.
You heard what I just said?
Can you come again, sir? Because my washer's on and shit.
They messing up they messing up the, you know what I'm saying, the earth. You know what I'm saying? They chopping down. They using up the metal and the wood for paper, the metal for coins. You know, just to turn it into a coin and a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Put a value to it. You know what I'm saying? But they cutting up the trees and they using up all the metal. That's the stuff that's worth more because we can run energy through that electricity. We can harness electric from the earth, but they charge us for them doing it, and they only use magnets.
There was such a fly video about something about what Nikola Tesla said about putting coils in the earth and waiting for lightning to strike on a certain day or something like that, and it like produced like energy. It produced pure energy or something.
Harness energy.
Yeah, I thought that was so fucking cool, dude. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. Harness energy to the earth with coils. You plant coils into the earth.
What's up, man? We out here, man. Talking to my bro. Just talking about interesting stuff, man. We're jumping from, you know, spiritual factual things to physical factual things, and we're just making comparisons, man. Just we just vibe. This is what we do. We just talk about intelligent matters, logical matters. Why some people don't have the foresight for certain things that we have the foresight for. Not to say we're better than anybody or anything, but you know, we get around to reading some things, and we question certain things, and we come to certain ends when we make synopsises about these things. So we here. This is where we at.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what you call it. Building.
To say yeah, you're building, and to say that you are right, bro. I'm not gonna tell nobody why they're a god. You know, I'm not gonna tell them. I'm not gonna tell them why they're a free god if they want to join. They have to learn. They have to learn on their own why they are. No, it's not gonna be forced. If you wanna know why you are, you'll put the work in. You'll put the work in yourself. It'll be so much better if they put the work in themselves, like I did, because you said some things, but I didn't really understand them, and then you just kind of hit me with books, and then like you were showing me along the way, like which light's brighter though, bro. I was like, oh, this light's brighter. All right, follow which light's brighter so you can see. And I'm like, all right. And then I started doing that on everything, and I'm like, whoa, bro, that shit's crazy. Not crazy, but it's just like, this is what it's supposed to be. But the revelation of that thereof is like, it's shocking, bro. Because once again, strange times are these that in which we live, where old and young are taught falsehoods, and those who dare tell the truth are called at once a fool and a lunatic. So that's why it's always shocking to see something that truthful or that logical, to where it'll factory reset my brain.
And the way you break it down, the way it's broke down, I respect a mind like that can sit back and
do the work, do
harness the
the inside
time,
work. Yeah, the inside work.
harnessing time. You know what I'm saying? Harnessing time to put into building that type of spiritual foundation for yourself, and then to be able to articulate it to another person.
That's another level. I need to work on that. Putting that all that into words, and then like teaching somebody that's no easy feat, man.
Because
That
people
is
don't
no easy
understand the
feat.
words. And see, that's why FreeGodz has an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Just believing that you are a free person, a free God. You get what I'm saying? You are God is a person. But what they didn't tell you, that God was all of us, male and female, together made he them. We are all gods. And we become one. The man and the woman shall become one. You get what I'm saying? And in the spirit, that makes us brothers and sisters.
It does.
Because
It surely does.
we have a resource. We have a source. We are oppositions of the same force, a male and a female. You know what I'm saying? To create light, you have to have a negative pole, a negative charge, and a positive charge.
So that answers your question from earlier. You spiritually charged my brain.
If we balance ourselves, you know, if we stay rooted and we balance ourselves the correct way.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. You found me when I lost it. You found me when I lost it, and I was on E, bro. When you found me, bro. Yo, my spiritual energy, my whole like the whole my whole concept of freedom was distorted.
Hold
I
up,
mean, listen, look, hear me out, bro. Just hear me out. I was such a fun-loving person back in the day, bro, and something changed. Something changed. I went through some things, and it changed that view and that idea of being free, and then I didn't feel that no more. And then when I came across you and we started learning, like we were both seekers, you know, as we're both seekers now. We seek to get down to the bottom of spiritual things at the end of the day, because that's what intrigues us. Then we like to teach other people as well, like those who know, those who don't know, just to share that we know as well. Like I regained so much, like spending time with you, bro, and like learning. I was just like, dang, man, like bro's he's gotta be my road dog, because like I ain't learned nothing. I ain't learned anything else that could be any more mentally powerful than what I've learned already.
Listen, we outside and we can there's a whole lot of things in the world that you could be doing, right? That people get energy from. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual energy. We feed ourselves with energy. We spiritual beings. We run off energy. You know, and there's a lot of things out here in the principalities of the air. You know what I'm saying? The frequency, our vibrations, what we putting out here. You know what I'm saying? For our ears and our mouth, eyes, we sending images and vibrations out. That's energy. We just put it in physical form, right? Consider everything that we out here, the energy we putting out here. It seems like we're going to self-destruct if we don't pull ourselves together. You know,
Yeah.
we can't be. But when you got a negative and a positive, there's always going to be a big bang.
A disruption. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a bow. You know what I'm saying? They're going to clash.
Yeah, but is it
friction match?
Is it malicious though?
That's what they call Lucifer.
Is it malicious
a friction
though?
match in tennis.
What's its purpose? What's its purpose? What's its intent? Is it malicious? when the disruption is the disruption malicious? When positive and negative.
It's to sharpen the iron.
I know you're like, bro, why are you coming for me, bro?
No, you need to be coming for me. You need to be. If you come to me, I'm gonna have the answer for you. Okay, I'll see you again because I know what I just said was right, and I was see you again.
Why you coming for me,
You're gonna come right back again with something else. Yeah, I know I gotta be ready. Hey. If you don't come back to me for nothing, I mean I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing right.
But that's what that's another thing, bro. There's nothing that I can't come to you with that you got to answer for.
The scripture tells us to always be ready. You know what I'm saying? Because we people the people will come to us for answers. You know what I'm saying? If we read when you read in the scriptures, you got to think about how you read in the scripture. Is you reading that scripture as a sheep? Or is you reading that scripture as the herder? The sheep herder.
Are you reading it with a moral mind, or are you reading it with an immoral mind?
How are you being influenced by this book? Where does it take you? Where in the scriptures when it finally takes you, you know what I'm saying, and you feel that you're saved, how are you in which way are you saved? Are you saved like as a sheep saved, like an innocent victim, and believing in something outside of you gonna save you? Waiting for the unseen to be seen? If they give you a promise of hope, all you gotta do is have faith of a mustard seed. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make that happen. Or are you gonna believe? Are you gonna read this book? Read these scriptures in the mindset of being the sheep herder? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord, not the Lord.
Yo,
not God.
That's deep, bro, because that's what that makes the clear distinction. I think that's the word that cuts like a sword and separates the sheep from the herders.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make this perception. You're gonna have to edit that part and make it a real quick little post,
quick. It's people's perception, bro.
Yeah, and depending on how you read in the book. How do you see yourself in this book?
Exactly, right.
You got to walk in the volume of the book, right?
Yeah.
Right, walking in the volume of the book. I mean, the whole full law of statutes, judgments, commandments, all the good, the bad, the tree of evil, the tree of knowledge, the tree of life. You got to be those trees. The rivers, you got to be the waters, because the waters is the people. When you read that in Revelations. The water is the people, nations, and tongues.
Yes.
Multitudes of people. That's what the water is symbolized. Because you know that one of the ways to read that book is symbolically.
Exactly, symbolic.
Trees symbolize people. The garden of God, God's garden, Eden, is Eden means a garden of Eden means pleasure. It's a secret garden.
Dang, bro. I feel like because, oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to find this. This.
The trees are the people. The water is the people. The plants, the earth is the stars, the moon. Everything is symbolic of us. The whole universe. We're a constellation in its own right. We're a universe. One man can produce how many seeds, how many children in one day?
Okay.
How many babies you think one man can have? You know, we got a universe of people within us as a man.
Yeah.
You take away one man, if you knock him off, guess what? You just killed the whole universe. But there's multiple universes out here. They call it multiverse.
Hey, I love how you said it's all about your perception on the reader. Are you the sheep or the herder, right?
Yeah. Depending on how you read, how you see yourself.
Listen, the book of Exodus, chapter 15. Exodus chapter 15, verses 3 says, Yahweh is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. That's how I view.
So now look, you know that big old beast, that beast with the horns that they showed as Yahweh, that big built, you know what I'm saying, image with the horns, and they said it's Yahweh. That's what the spirit of Yahweh looked like, a raging, you know what I'm saying, bloodshot, right? Because why not? We mad. We're gonna turn to the most powerful image that we can think of at this moment.
Yeah.
And that's what it represents.
That's why the there's a paleo Hebrew symbol that is not, well, it's a proto-Sinaitic, like before Mount Sinai. The language that was written was like pictographs, and the one that was the most masculine one was an oxen with horns.
Okay, it's talking about the horns, whatever face it take on, and I know the eyes are bloodshot red, and the horns, and it's built. You know what I'm saying? Melanin built. It's built. It's a melanated built about. You know what I'm saying? With an animal mindset. You know what I'm saying? It take on that form. Big built body.
The Proto-Sinaitic alphabet. That's what it is. The Proto-Sinaitic alphabet, which is a script from the Middle Bronze Age. It's a writing system known from a small corpus of about 30 to 40 inscriptions and fragments from Serabit el-Qadim in the Sinai Peninsula, as well as 2 inscripts from Wadi el-Hol in Middle Egypt.
Right.
Yo, this alphabet go crazy, bro.
Yeah, you read now. You reading it?
Yeah, because I just seen something, bro.
That's it.
I just see. But yo, this thing's dope, bro. I seen that and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing go hard, bro.
Yeah, we just put more emphasis on sound right now. See, back in those ain't them times, they were managing sounds. They was just trying to manage the sound, not knowing what to say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all they can say.
Yeah, but you know
The
what?
first
Hey,
word.
that's so cool, bro.
The first word was a breath.
I like looking that up. I like looking stuff like that up.
Hey, listen, imagine coming up from deep water trying to take a breath, right? When you finally get up above the water and you take that, you exhale, and then you take a breath because you've been holding your breath underwater trying to swim up. And when you finally get up there, that's the first sound you gonna make. That's the first. That's the first dead ass. That's the first sound you gonna make. It's gonna sound like, yeah.
Something wrong with him. He got a point, YouTube, but something wrong with him.
A breath. The first sound of your breath. You called out the name. I didn't even know it as a name. That's what we just say, so you can kind of grasp what we're talking about. It's really a breath, is what we call it. But that's the life. That's the whatever we breathing in, the oxygen, and we exhaling the carbon. Is rotating with this hemisphere with Earth. That's why we in tune, because if it wasn't for the earth, the greenery, the agriculture, we wouldn't be able to have the oxygen. That's why we was like created from the bacteria of this planet. We're from this planet. It's other things, there's other planets that ain't got no type of life form on it.
That's true.
That You know, when you can grow fungi and all that, bacteria, you can mold and that's life. Those are elements and substance from the elements and substances of life.
We're here chilling with the bro. Well, I asked
man, y'all want to see the face of the Almighty. We got to pull ourselves together. You know, they told you in the New Testament, they gave us clues. That's where we get our clues and hints from. We got because the New Testament was full of riddles and parables and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So was the Old Testament. That's how you unlock it.
Unlock your mind. Unlock that God energy. Join the cosmic strike force. Become the free God that you are, that you already are.